Hi, everybody. It's Crazy, and for another week, we're up to episode number 17 of my learned experience. And this week, I'm going to talk a little bit about functions, some of the breakthroughs I've come across, and some directions I'm going to try to go with in my later versions of my learned experience. So let's go ahead and get started with the book I'm working on right now, which is Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. Now, before you ask me, let me explain. Okay, I was doing, Pygame and Python, trying to get my gaming skills up, my game deving skills, so to speak. I was talking with a buddy of mine and was literally pointed to this direction because it makes more sense. And he's right. Day, you were correct, okay? This way I can actually see how the code gets thrown around. It's not just all game code. It is different codes thrown here, thrown there, boop, 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 boop. Okay, so this is what I'm going to try to work with. So, that being said, I got into functions so far. I'm up, went up to page 61, and I get how functions work. I have a kind of understanding. I have a better understanding now, though, because hey, you call the function, it comes in here and says, okay, you're gonna do this. Cool. Very simple, right? Okay, and then you start to get a little bit more complex. You add a parameter in here, and say, for example, I put in here and put in Alice. I did not understand before. Now I do, but I did not understand that when you put this parameter here, that it gets it from this parameter. Why did I not know this? I mean, I should know stuff like that, right? So, understanding this is basically a lot easier than what I thought it should have been, because normally it's pretty hard to try to figure out stuff. So for me, that is okay. So now this isn't a like something that comes from the Python library that you have to have this particular name up there. It's actually just a placeholder. It's just saying, okay, we're gonna put this here until you tell me what name to put in here. Common sense, right? Why didn't I see that? Another thing is that once this function runs and this parameter gets put, you put this parameter in, once it prints that out, it's no longer the Alice anymore. After that, you call that function again, and you have to put another name in there. If I just put in hello, it would give me an error saying, hey, you're missing a parameter, dude. I can put in here just take out Bob and put brackets, and it's just going to say hello. Because it's going to put that space in there saying, okay, this is what you want. Okay, I'll put that here. Okay, so, that made a lot of sense to me. I was really starting to figure it out. And then I got into Magic 8 Ball. Yay! That one was fun. Okay, Magic 8 Ball, everybody knows the old Magic 8 Ball. You shake it around, and yay, you got to, it tells you, if you can win the lottery or not. Unfortunately, I can't. So, when I go to call this function, okay, when I want to print, get answer, okay, it calls get answer, and the answer number, is a random integer between 1 and 9. It's going to put that up, it's going to put it in here, and it's going to put that number here. So that number will show up here. It says, okay, is that number equal to 1? No. Okay, is it equal to 2? No. Okay, is it equal to 3? Oh, yeah, it's equal to 3. Then it'll say yes. So if I ran this program, it's going to say, oh, Outlook not so good. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? So, when it's going through, it's going to pick one of these. Basically, it's going to pick a number. It's going to choose which one of these, and it's going to return those. Very simple stuff, right? And to me, that used to not make sense. Now it makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier to understand. It's a lot easier to work with. And then I found out, oh, I can make it shorter. What? How can I make it shorter? I mean, you got to have the R, because if not, then it won't put this in, and Fortune won't get, it won't call it, and you can't print Fortune. Wait a minute. You can print, get the answer, random integer 1 and 9, because you're putting this right here. You're putting this, okay, this with this right here. Why did I see that? I mean, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. This is where I've gotten up to so far. It's like, okay, realizations are like, wow, why didn't I think about this? This is something that, a lot of people who get started in, coding look at it and go, I don't understand. It's very hard to understand when you don't understand what each one does. And now that, you can take this, and since you put R in here, that's like putting this in here. Okay? It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. All that is this right here, with this put in it. And then, of course, you're going to print that whole thing out because it was Fortune. So guess what? You're going to print the whole thing out. So that's where I'm at. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more about. I'm going to put that back up for right now. Where I'm going to go after this. Now that's got 505 pages, so it's going to take me a little bit of a while to do. But which way I'm going to take after this, it's more so of going through BGE code. And the reason why I'm doing this, I talked to a buddy of mine. His name is BluePrintRandom. He's on the BGE server. Very knowledgeable coder. Does all kinds of awesome things in a BGE. And he was like, I was like, well, which one should I do, BPY or BGE coding? And his suggestion would be to do BGE coding, because I'll be kind of doing games. I'm going to be building games, so I need to have access to the game engine, and that makes sense. And BPY is more so for scripts and stuff like that, controls and stuff. And he explained this to me, and it made sense. I mean, it made a lot of sense. And my buddy Day, another gifted coder, when he was building Game 3, went through the same process. He used BGE code, and me myself, I've got to get a good foundation. So right now, I'm going to do Python, and then next on top of that, I'm going to do BGE. Next on top of that, I'm going to do, might do a little bit of BPY, and which will eventually lead me into virtual reality, or XR as they call it. Okay, and that right there is, of course, going to be the future of gaming. And yeah, anybody who don't believe that, yeah, keep dreaming, because yeah, it's going VR. Most people like to see the 3D view of stuff instead of seeing it on a flat screen. So that's basically where I'm going. I'm going to really dive into automate the boring stuff with Python, get that rolling, get it going good, and get my knowledge base down. Then I'm going to jump into BGE. I'm going to work and hash out at least a couple of games that I can tinker with. And then I'm going to get into virtual gaming, game design, and because I think that's another good one to get into. But Oops will be a regular game, because right now it's more so of a regular game than anything, because I haven't gotten anything going on it yet. So if you watch my Oops videos, you'll understand that I'm still in the R&D stage. So if you're not on that and you would like to, jump in on that discussion, or be able to talk to me about it on my server or whatever, you can become a Patreon. That link is in the description. Any little bit helps. If you're one of my trusted, you automatically have that. You get in that automatically. All you have to do is let me have your email address, and I will hook you up and put you on the list. If you're crazy fam, hey, you're automatically in there too. So if you would like to get put it on the Oops videos, you can actually put that in there too. Just drop me your email. Other than that, my Patreons automatically will be entered in. So you would automatically have access to that. You will be able to see it on my server via your email or on my Patreon page. So check it out if you'd like to become a patron down there. Also, some awesome good links in the description, the BGE server and all that. And while I'm on that last little tidbit, let me go ahead and bring that back up. Now, this is a BGE, and looks the same, doesn't it? A BGE. You got your little cube right here. All your neat little stuff's going on. But check this out right here. What's this? VR. Like if you click on that, you can start a VR session and all this other stuff. I don't know enough about it, but if you would like to go to the BGE server and hit up BPR, which is BluePrintRandom, and you're interested, he's working on this. This is one of his deals that he likes to tinker around with. I think it's awesome. He's got a couple videos out. I will do my best to try to put his link to his page in the description below. Okay, and I will put it on there. I just got to do it after I get done doing this. All right. So, anywho, check it out. A BGE. If you don't have them on your Discord, jump on in there. Links in the description. All kinds of good stuff in the description. Go check them out. And if you have any questions or would like to talk to me, comments are down below, or hop on over to my server and say, "Hey, Crazy, you got a question?" Okay. Till then, see you next time.